Hello, everybody, and this is Action RPG Showdown, Episode 3. So far, what we're doing is I'm playing each game, Act 1, and then we are going through, we are talking about it, my thoughts, opinions, everything. Some of these games I have previous playthroughs on, but these are completely new playthroughs. So, Episode 1 was on December. Episode 2 was Wilson. Episode 3, we are going to do Torchlight Infinite. Now, I gotta preface. I've been playing the Torchlight series for a really long time. So I played Torchlight 1, loved it. Played on the 360. Played Torchlight 2 on the Xbox One, because I didn't really have a good PC at the time to play on there. Torchlight 3, I finally was able to play that on PC. I played in the beta. And then I played it on the Series S and the Xbox One. So I felt like Torchlight 3 was like a step in the wrong direction. It lacked a lot of what was Torchlight. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about Infinite. So Torchlight Infinite, I played in all the betas that they had for the game. I played it in October. And I have problems with the game. We're going to go over like what I have problems with. First off, this game said they would not be pay to win before the game came out. Before it released, and since that time, it has become it is very much pay to win. I won't say the most, because Diablo Immortal still has that. But let's talk about this. Global release happened. I played it through global release. I wanted to try the new character, okay? The new character Bing. If you want this character, $15 to play this character. Okay. So to get the battle pass, you need to pay money for that character. I wanted to try Oracle then. You got to pay money to play that character. Then you have to pay money for the cat character as well. So if you were to want to get the whole roster, I'm not even talking about the microtransactions that are in the game, because we're going to get to that in a second. But if you want to play as the 3 newest characters, have the whole roster of characters, it is probably going to cost you, I'm assuming, $45. So for almost $50 on a game for 3 characters. Okay. So then people are going to say, play as the base characters. You can. And I did. I have played as Corano. And I have played as Rayhan before. Rayhan is like the melee guy. I'm a melee build character normally. But I played as Gemma. So I picked Gemma. This game is not very... If you want to do a certain build, you can't do it. I've been trying to do a lightning build for this character of lightning-based powers, attacks, everything. I can't really do that. I'm stuck with fire and ice. So with the build for her, it's movement skill ability that has a frost trail, multiple projectiles for the fireball split. I have summon frost, and then I have a frost orb, and I have a frost guy that randomly shows up. Now, Gemma is very powerful. I will say that. But there's so many skills that you can... So all the skills you don't need money to buy. They're free. But there is so much cannon fodder skills. So much garbage. So much bullshit that you do not need to use. There's so many skills that just don't work. That you don't need. That are kind of crap. But they're in there. So whatever. So when you're playing, it does have really good combat. I will say that the combat feels really nice and everything. There's characters from other games that you will reference, you will pick up on. The landscape is less cartoony than Torchlight 3. It's in between 2 and 3 with like the visual style of the game. It's not a very nice game to look at if you play games like Path of Exile, Diablo, Last Epoch. The visual style is completely different. Music, I don't really normally talk about music because I normally turn off music and I'll be listening to something like Ice Nine Kills while I'm playing. So I don't really, music isn't really a thing for me, but what I will say is this game does not explain jack fucking shit unless it is a mechanic that you spend money on. So as you're getting weapons, everything, with its very bad loot drops, I'll talk about that in a second. You don't sell stuff, you recycle them for dust. What it does not tell you is what that dust does. So I had to look it up on Google, and the dust is actually for crafting. So you can upgrade your weapons, your armor, your rings, your amulets, everything. But you don't know that. But it will gladly tell you about the boon system, which the boons are pets that you can get randomly through these gotchas, which I've played tons of gotcha games on mobile, so I know exactly what they're doing. You can spend real money to get the best legendary gotcha, the best legendary boons, put them in this packed wheel where you can have 3 of them in there, and they give you bonuses. Now, if you were to tell me that's not pay to win, that's fucking bullshit. Because some of these give you bonuses to your attack, your damage. They all make you stronger, so you want the best pets. And that is not a good mechanic to have in the game. So they'll tell you about that. There'll be all these things for skins and outfits. And you can pay money to get these hero coins so you can unlock the characters that you want, but you still need to spend money to get further. You need to spend money, is what they're telling you. If you want to play these really cool characters that we just launched that were not part of the original characters, you got to spend money. If you want the pets, you got to spend money. It's very... For a core game that has some good stuff in there, like it has lots of side quests. This version of it had chests that would drop. Okay, that's cool. You get these chests and they actually give you stuff you need. There's void rifts, which remind me of the elder rifts that are in Diablo. There's treasure goblins in this game. There is so much in here, like story, monsters, monster different types, more than some of the other games. And it's good. The problem is 90% of the loot that drops is trash, which is not what you want in a game like this. You want to get gear that you think is good. And what I've been really doing in the last... So in the beginning, you get good loot because they're trying to get you in there for your first like 2 hours or so. But as you continue to play, you realize the loot's trash. Like, I've gotten legendaries, but one thing that kept happening is the legendary weapons I'm getting are for like a range build with bows and mauls for melee. Nothing for my character, where I need either a staff or a wand. No legendary weapons. I was getting legendary gauntlets that don't really help me in the build that I'm trying to do. So everything, it seems like the loot is not very good. But they do have this mechanic in here called the cube. So what happens is with you killing a certain amount of monsters, you build up this currency by killing certain types of monsters, and then you can then go and click this button and you can utilize your thing to get gear. And I was getting some good gear out of that. So the bosses are pretty good. In this one, even if you lose in the bosses, you can re-enter the boss room. So some bosses, it's like you don't really need strategy, I would think, at that point. But Gemma's really powerful. I like using her as a character. And as I kept going, like the first acts in games always seem to be super fucking long. And that it should have ended like in 2 different spots. But that's just the feeling that I got from playing it. I unlocked this divinity system, which I don't know much about because I wasn't able to really interact with it. The main thing is I've been told for months how great Torchlight is. Torchlight Infinite is not one of the best action RPGs. It's really not. I played it for this. I don't know if I'll keep playing it, but it's literally, I don't like games that characters are behind a paywall. Like, it'd be different if I could grind out and get these characters like in the game. But if I gotta spend actual money to get a battle pass or whatever the fuck, that annoys me like a lot. So I don't know if I'll be going back to it. Out of the games I've played so far, I don't even think Torchlight would be considered the top. It is still at the bottom. The game is fluid, the combat is good, but pay-to-win mechanics just really push me back. So, the next video that we will be doing will actually be for Grim Dawn, which I would think is the most underrated of all the games that you could talk about compared to everything else. So our next episode will be about Grim Dawn, and will be coming out very soon as we gear closer to Diablo 4. I was not able to play the Server Slam because I had to work, so I wasn't really able to get in on that. So it is what it is, but we are gearing towards Diablo 4's launch. All right, I will talk to you guys later.